In this video, we're going to be using the Maddie Lindholm Shaving Supplies Lime Soap, and we're going to be comparing the RazoRock Lupo 95 to the RazoRock Game Changer 84. Stay tuned. Hey there, folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your IAMCDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And as mentioned before, today we're going to be using the Maddie Lindholm Shaving Supplies Soap, which comes to us from Maddie out of Sweden. He is a hobbyist. This is not a commercial soap. It's just something we like to use to support Maddie. However, I really enjoy using this soap. It's quite good. If you are interested, I will link Marion the Barbarian's email address below. And if you're in North America, he can hook you up with some Maddie Lindholm soap. Now, as mentioned before, today we're going to compare the RazoRock Lupo versus the RazoRock Game Changer. And one of the first things I wanted to do was show you the way they load, which is different. The Lupo, which you see here, has the posts in the top cap, like so. The Game Changer, on the other hand, the posts are actually on the base plate. So these two razors are certainly not identical. They're different geometry. They even load differently. And I'm going to reassemble these razors very quickly while I'm talking, and I'll give you the information for cost and so on. The RazoRock Game Changer, $54.99, 316 stainless steel. Again, the one I have here is 0.84 blade gap. For $54.99, really excellent value, positive blade exposure. And the Lupo, which I just purchased recently, I paid $69.99 for it. It is 316 stainless steel. It also has positive blade exposure, and it is 0.95 blade gap. And we'll hold these two razors up so you can sort of see the heads there. And you can see that design is certainly not the same, and the way it loads is certainly not the same. I do enjoy both razors. It'll be interesting to see which I prefer. Now, I have used the previous version of the Lupo, which is the stainless steel, or actually DLC version, which is stainless steel, just DLC coated, versus the Game Changer, and I slightly preferred the Lupo. I believe the blade gap on this one is 0.72. And again, if you've been looking at the old Lupo versus the new, that design is not the same. So the 2021 version of the Lupo is definitely different. So don't think you're getting exactly the same razor because it is not. And I often get tongue twisted and talk too fast when I'm excited, because there's nothing better than using a good value products, or at least that's the way I feel. So 24 hours growth today. Let's get to misting. Let's just get into the shave and see how we like these two razors. I got a nice lather whipped up here in our Captain's Choice bowl. And today's brush I just recently acquired. This was from AP Shave Co. It was quite reasonable. It was like $54, I want to say. And then the knot, you add the knot to it. So it was like maybe $70 total. And I'm not sure if Andrew makes these himself or someone else turns them, but these are some of the brushes that he drops. They're not his sort of standard stock. And really nice brush. So this is the cashmere knot. I believe it's 30 millimeter fan, if I'm not mistaken. And boy, this Maddie Lindholm soap is simple in its ingredients. But today I'm not gonna spend all day, giving you the ingredients and costs, because I really want to spend some time talking about these razors, and not only the cost. A viewer mentioned in my last video, I talked so much about value when I was using the products that I didn't touch on the actual razor much. And he's right, but boy, I get excited about great value. And there had been some videos recently where the topic had been discussed. So I was just sort of throwing my hat in there and just giving my opinion that, look, if I don't have to pay more, I certainly don't want to, But these RazoRock razors, I just think are terrific. And really, if they were more expensive, people would still buy them. I still would. But please, Joe, don't raise the prices on us. Anyway, we're going to start with the Game Changer on the right side. Again, very nice razor. You get some blade feel, but it's not too much, even with the 0.84 blade gap. The blade today is, again, Astra, brand new Astra. And these are the new Astras. And as I mentioned in my last video, the newer Astras don't have the, on the blade itself, it's laser etched, and it looks far more light than the old Astras, and that caused people to think they were different blades. And my buddy Justin, who's known as Carry On Steady now, had actually reached out to Astra years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, and they confirmed that they're made in the same factory. Everything about the blade is the same except for that laser etching. So if you're concerned that the Astras you have might be counterfeit, they're inexpensive blade anyway. You know, you can often get them for, I've seen them $6.99, but the price fluctuates on Amazon a little bit. By the way, that side was fantastic. Okay, I can tell you right now, with this 0.95 blade gap, I definitely feel more blade on the Lupo. It is easy to feel, and it is much to my liking. The Game Changer, for me, has a blade feel that really helps you in that shave, because you can more or less just tell what you're doing, but it's not pronounced, but you can feel it. This one has a little more juice, and it's noticeable right out of the gate. Now, what I find when doing these comparison videos is that because of the feedback the razor gives you, and you can tell how well it's cutting, you'll tend to adjust. And what I mean by that is, if based on the feedback of the razor, you'll either make more or less strokes. So the shave tends to come out pretty close. And so when we do these comparisons, it's really hard to say whether one is more efficient than the other. But I can tell you right now, without thinking about it too much, that I feel more blade for certain with the Lupo 95, and I like it. And so I believe, without even going much further, just based on the way it feels on my face, I'm going to prefer the Lupo. But that Game Changer I've had for years, and I love it. And it's going nowhere because it is one of my favorite razors. You don't see razors a ton on here because I have so many. So, you know, people might say, well, if that's your favorite razor, why don't we see it more? It's because I'm trying to go through all the ones I have, because really, if I don't really enjoy something, I won't keep it. So I love most of the razors that I have, if not all of them. And if there's a razor sitting in there that I don't love, I'm not going to keep it around very long. So that's why you won't see it, you know, 20 times a year, because I have a lot to get through. So let's get started with our second pass. First pass was very nice, very smooth shavers, both. Definitely more blade feel on the Lupo. So if you're interested in blade feel and you prefer more, the 9.5 Lupo is probably going to be your preference. If you prefer something that feels a little more mild, easygoing, the Game Changer might be a better choice. That said, neither razor feels menacing for me, but I always like to caveat that since I've been using a lot of open blade shaving, you know, shavette, straight razor, and so on, the blade feel, or so-called aggressive razors, don't feel as menacing as they used to for me. So my chart might be busted on that, you know. But that was an excellent pass. And I find myself always really, when I use these razors, and that would be the Lupo, the Game Changer, the Mamba 70, the Hawk, those stainless offerings are just significantly good value, and they all perform well. That's the most important thing, because if something is a good value but it doesn't perform well, it's not really a great value, is it, you know? So if you get something and it's just very, very inexpensive, but you don't like the way it works, then that's not a good value. You're not getting good punch for your money. But because I really enjoy the way these razors shave, great value. And by the way, the blade feel on this, you can tell relative to the Game Changer, it is definitely amped up. So if that's something of concern to you, if you don't like blade feel, or you prefer less, Game Changer 84 or less. I mean, I believe he has 54, a 54, maybe a 72. So you can sort of pick one of the plates that work best for you. That's one of the, I think, beautiful things about these razors is he offers them in several different variations. He offers the Game Changer also in the jaws. I don't like it as much. I'm gonna have to bring that one out again and use it, but I like it. I don't think I love it, but I haven't used it really enough to make a decision. But I like this Game Changer 8.4, I think, better than the jaws I have. Sometimes open comb razors, the teeth can feel, I won't say rough, but they don't add, like the rounded teeth, like you see on the Carve and the Timeless razor, they make open comb feel fantastic. It feels just like a SB, which is a safety bar, solid bar, whatever you want to call it. But sometimes when the teeth are not rounded, you can just feel them on your skin. It's not quite as comfortable. And that's what I think I feel in the jaws, but I'm gonna have to bring it on out, and we'll sort of see how we feel about it. But anyway, the soap here, haven't spoken about it yet. You see the lather. Simple ingredients, does a great job, and it's one of those things where, again, great value, I think. I don't remember what I paid for it. I just think it does a great job. I shouldn't say great value because I don't know if the cost is great. And so if you consider cost, I don't know how big the puck is or, price per ounce or any of that. But since it's Maddie, I've never really evaluated it on that basis because it's not a commercial soap. It's just a fellow hobbyist who, he sells the soap just to fund his hobby or help fund it, and he just likes doing it. And so I don't really consider the cost on this one because it's, just somebody I know personally, and he's not really in the business of turning profit. He just sort of makes it and gets it out there to people and enjoys it and makes a little bit of money to sort of experiment and make more products. And boy, I tell you, that Game Changer side felt fantastic. So either way you go, I think for what you're paying, it's really good. And as I mentioned before, if these razors were just a great cost, but they didn't work well, it wouldn't be a great value at all. But I have always enjoyed these razors. Of course, this one is new, so it's not like I've had it long, but I had a prototype version of the first Game Changer. Joe sent it because he thought at the time, he's like, hey, I'm onto something here. Can you try this? And we did. And then I passed it on to the inspector and he tried it. And we both liked it. And he started making the Game Changer and has ever since. And they are in stock right now. And I also noticed now, as of the date of this recording, which is Sunday, I don't know the date off the top of my head. There was a Lupo 95 with like a DLC handle that I saw in stock. And some of the Game Changers, which is not this one, but the one I just used, were in stock as well. So you can, I'll link the razors below. And I'll link all the products we're using today and put that email address to Marion as well. And you guys can check that out if you're interested. But again, I'm not here to sell you anything. I just want to make you aware of these things. And I'm excited when I do it. It's so much fun for me to, when I get something like this, and it's like, hey, it's very well priced. You can have 2 of these, or in some cases 3, You can buy a Lupo, a Game Changer, and maybe a Hawk for the price of some, premium razors. Don't get me wrong. I like the premium razors. I love Timeless. I'm going to get Carbon. And I love those razors and I love those people. But there's something very exciting for me also when I can use these, and the shave is fantastic. And today it was. We will check the face after we rinse everything off and feel, how it came out. I suspect it's going to be pretty close to even, but we'll see in just a moment. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back with the magic made by witches. This is Thayer's Witch Hazel, which I use every single day and really appreciate. That was a really nice, smooth shave. No nicks, cuts, creepers, weepers, irritation, bubbles, troubles. It's exactly what we shoot for all the time. I really enjoyed that shave. I really enjoyed using Maddie Lynn Home Supplies lime. Really, really nice scent. Simple ingredients. Really nice scent. You saw the lather. Worked well. Again, if you're interested, contact Marion the Barbarian. We compared the Game Changer 84 to the Lupo 95. There's no question that this one has more blade feel and will feel more efficient. As to the way the shave came out, pretty close to the same. And I think it's typical because you tend to adjust based on feedback, and without counting every stroke, it's really hard to know which one actually is more efficient per se. This one feels like it. So the Game Changer at $54.99, excellent value. The Lupo at $69.99, excellent value. Who wins? We do, the consumers. To be able to get these stainless steel 316 lifetimes, plural, razors that will last for well under $100 is just, we win. I personally prefer the Lupo over the Game Changer, but the Game Changer is not going anywhere. And if you've just been dying to try a stainless steel razor, these are going to be really hard to beat. And you can choose the base plate that you like. If you don't like a lot of blade feel or efficiency, maybe choose one with a lower blade gap. That doesn't always equal less efficient, but you'll probably get less blade feel. We used the AP Shaveco brush, which was fantastic. Cashmere knot, I loved it. We're going to finish things out today with the Hega, which is customary when I use a Swedish soap. Matty Lindholm loves this. He calls it toxic waste. And boy, this was a fun shave, and I hope you had fun too. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't babble on too much about value, but I can't help it. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't help myself. There's just something very exciting when I use something that comes at a great price. On the other hand, trust me, when I get my timeless out, I'm going to be excited about that too, that fantastic craftsmanship, perfection. So there's something to be happy about no matter where you lie in the range of, cost or what you're willing to spend, I should say. Just enjoy it. That's the main thing. I certainly do. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you'll be back tomorrow, because you know I will. Till next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.